Yeah, people always ask, they're like, why are you so nice? Your music sounds so mean. And then I'm like, F you. No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, this is Mark from Periphery, and you are watching Feedback Loop with PRS. It was while I was showering this morning, a band called the 1975. It's good showering music. Yeah. What an endorsement. Lose my last pick. No problem. Because I've actually lost many picks before while playing. And I'll do that thing where I'll simulate a pick and then just like use that part of my two fingers pinched together. So I can do that. I may not be able to do like pinch harmonics and sound like Zakk Wylde up there, but like when you break a string, you got to dance around the remaining 5 or 6 strings, you know, depending on how many strings are on your guitar originally. But yeah, that's the worst. Hang, write, tour. Yeah. We'll tour with Metallica. Hang with Dimebag. Stories about hanging with him are just like legendary, you know. And then write with Devin. And Devin's become like a good friend of mine now in the years, and we've always talked about collaborating. He actually sang on a Haunted Shore song, my other project, and that was like a bucket list thing for me, getting him to do a song. So if we could legit, like, maybe if Devin's watching this, like, hey, if you ever want to collaborate and do like an EP or something like that, let's do it. But yeah, those would be my 3. Hang with Dimebag is at the top of that list, though. Yeah. Austin tacos. Yeah, Austin tacos for sure. Nothing against Chicago pizza. I love deep dish pizza, but Austin's one of those places, and you know, for anybody who's been to Austin, you know you can have tacos for every single meal of the day. So you could have 3 tacos for breakfast, 3 for lunch, 3 for dinner, 9 tacos, and have each meal be very different from one another, you know? Depending on the type of taco you're having. It's an art form. I sound like an idiot to anybody who's never been to Austin before, but just go. You'll know what I mean. When I'm in the groove, there's nothing like touring. There's nothing like playing shows for people who pay, you know, quite a bit of money to come out and watch you play, and who will travel an hour or 2 hours. Sometimes, you know, you hear stories of fans catching flights to go see you play, which is always mind-boggling. So that's always crazy, like a pinch me kind of thing. But man, it's hard to beat writing. Like the magic of creating something like that feeling of being just so eager to show the world a song, and to show the world a riff or a section that gets you and your bandmates or writing partners excited. It's just nothing comes close to that. I think that's got to be what drives everything else too. It's like, if you don't have the sort of magical moments that writing gives you, then you don't have the touring and you don't have the recording. So it has to start at writing. And for me, I think that's the first love I ever encountered with music, is the feeling of creating something that you're proud of. So yeah, definitely writing. You're asking the wrong person. Like, you should ask another person this question. I always wanted to be a professional athlete when I was younger. I played a lot of basketball. I was like a big jock when I was a teenager. And my dream was to play college basketball at UCLA. And I was a tall kid. I was a tall middle schooler. And then somewhere along the lines, I stopped growing at about 5'11", 6 feet. But before that, that was all I ever wanted to do, become some sort of athlete. But like, I guess, you know, now that dream is dead. There's nothing like watching a good drummer play live. Like, I always geek out when we tour with bands that have these just magnetic sort of drum, like this band called Animals as Leaders that we tour with a bunch. They have a drummer just every night. You got to watch him. Matt Garska, you got to watch Matt play every night. Our drummer too, man. Like, when we're playing and I'm having like an off night or I'm not feeling it, I see him and he's wailing and he's giving it everything every single night, and then it pumps me back up. So there's something about drums that really brings that out in me. Game of Thrones before the recent seasons, but now Stranger Things. I haven't finished season 3, but I really liked season 2. Yeah. Oh, I still haven't made it. I feel like that idea of being constantly elusive to you is, it's like, that's what keeps you going hard. But I never feel like that. There are moments sometimes when I'm like, wow, like I'm here and I'm doing this. This is crazy. Like sort of full circle moments, like when I play a venue that I used to go to as a kid all the time. Like when I'm like, damn, this is pretty damn surreal. Or like when my folks come out to see me play, you know, and I can see how proud they are and stuff. Like that's the kind of thing where you say to yourself, like, damn, who would have thought, you know? Kids always say like, hey, I'm in a band in the area, and I just want to know, like, how do I make the step from being a local band to being like a national touring band, and then an international touring band? Like, how do I grow? And I really like talking about that because there's a lot of misinformation spread around. And there's a lot of antiquated ideas on how to get your band off the ground. So I really like sort of shedding light on that, especially to younger people. Yeah, I could go on for hours on this topic. Reptile off of our new album, because that was the first thing we had fully written for Periphery 4. And I remember feeling kind of tapped out of ideas. I think I had 2 or 3 riffs for that song. It was the first 2 or 3 riffs in the song Reptile. And me and the guys had expressed, you know, to each other like, oh man, like I don't really have much. Let's just see what comes out. So we tracked those first 2 or 3 riffs, and before you knew it, we had a 15 or 16 minute long song in the flesh. So yeah, that kind of stuff makes me really proud over what we have, over what we've worked to achieve as far as chemistry goes. You know, that's really sacred to me, the chemistry, the writing rapport that we have within Periphery. So it's delicious. And it's good for you. Everybody tells me it's good for your gut health or something? Yeah, that. And it tastes delicious. I don't know. I think people like to make fun of me because it's like a hipster drink. And it does look kind of funny to see somebody holding that bottle with the gross looking things floating in the bottom. But it's delicious. That's what it boils down to. It just tastes good to me. And plus, if you drink one really fast, you can get a little buzzed. I think it's a cool thing to be like, flying sucks, I hate airports. I like flying. Yeah.